So I got an interesting question from one of the Iceland basketball players today. He goes, "How do I get better at basketball?" And I thought for a second, then I was like, "Well, what languages do you speak?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I speak Croatian and Slovenian and English, obviously, a little bit of Italian." He's like, "I've always wanted to learn Spanish, though." And I said, "Okay, well, if you were to go ahead and try and learn Spanish and speak Spanish, what would you do?" And he goes, "Well, I would probably have to go live in Spain and just be around it all the time." And I said, "Yeah, if you want to speak Spanish, then you hang around people that always speak Spanish. If you want to become a better basketball player, you hang out with people who are better basketball players." Or it's the same thing in school. If you want to get better grades, then you hang out with people who are smarter than you. And then, sure enough, you start to do exactly what they're doing because you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with most. So there was this baseball player I used to know who when he was younger, he would play all these different sports and go and hang out with all these different kinds of people. And then one day he woke up and he decided that he wanted to be a college baseball player. So all he did was dedicate his whole life to baseball. He would watch baseball, he would play baseball, he would play video games that were only baseball, and he just surrounded himself by baseball. And then sure enough, a few years later, he's a collegiate baseball player. So here's an interesting stat. Did you know that 60% of Nobel Prize winners studied underneath professors who also had won Nobel Prizes? Pretty interesting. So the moral of the story is basically choose your friends and mentors and your life intentionally and wisely, and you become like those with whom you spend most of your time, and you become what you spend most of your time doing. So if you're and one of the things nowadays is social media. Like you're with your social media all day long. So are you following accounts that are making you better, or are you following accounts that are making you worse? Go through, audit your Instagram, audit your social media, see what's going on there. Just thought that was a cool thing today. Talk to you soon.